All right, gentlemen, welcome to the Bikers of Africa podcast. If you may kindly introduce yourselves.
All right. Thank you very much, NK. I'm Dr911. My name is Treasure Kwabela. I think that's all. But I'm known as Dr911. I'm a bike. I think I have a decade now. I started in 2011.
Okay.
And then I've been biking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, gentleman next to you.
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Mustapha Convict on Facebook. That's what I'm known for. The other name, many people doesn't know. I'm from Kenya, and this is my first time to be in RSA. I'm a South Africa. And I've come here because of biking, and I'm so happy and grateful to be hosted in the studios of Bikers of Africa. It's my dream. And it was my dream, and it's my dream now.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I can say.
Awesome. Yeah. So Mustapha Convict. Is it a riding name? Is it your name? And how do you?
That name is like a brand for me.
Okay.
I was given that name in high school.
Okay.
I was given by my colleagues. I used to love Akon songs. Convicted.
Akon, the singer.
Yeah, the singer.
The singer. Okay.
I used to have his album, even his clothes written
Convict.
music.
Oh yes.
Until today, everything I'm convicted. I'm convicted.
All right.
I will not live there.
Convicted to riding, convicted to social media, and a couple of things. Yeah.
Things that I do, especially for me, I have been into social media for a very long time. And my interaction with people online has taught me a lot of things. There are people who are watching you, and the diversification is what made me fall in love with it. You'll see somebody from South Africa following and watching you. Then you came to learn that there's something you actually learning from this person.
Yeah.
Somebody from Uganda, the type of food they eat, their cultures and everything. So when I got into biking, I came to realize that there's a lot of diversification in culture. And the only way you can meet them is through biking. I believe with biking, it's easy to travel. So what do you need? You need to travel to one place and meet another people faster using a motorbike. So when you have the brand motorcycle under yours, it's easy for you to go meet people, travel to different countries. Then it's easy compared to cars. So for biking, I find also a lot of people love biking culture.
I get you.
Yeah.
I think there's always a curiosity, right? And the most fascinating part is that you find various age groups, cultures, religion, whatever, right? Being so much fascinated by motorcycling, but they always there's an element of fear.
Yes.
Right. So all they could do is watch, right?
Yes.
When you stop at the gas station or at the petrol station, you'll have random people coming up to you asking questions. When we go into the townships, you get the same thing, right?
Exactly.
You can see that it's only that barrier of fear that stops them from exploring, right? So I think the best that they can do is to understand the lifestyle of biking through what we post, what we share, basically
like
all of our travels and so on.
Like now I have come to South Africa. I'm Kenyan. I've traveled all the way. So everyone who is watching me around the world is glued to my social. Because when I've traveled to South Africa, I have told them I'm going to ride my bike all the way from South Africa to Kenya. And most of these people, some of them, they will not going to understand. Like they will think it's impossible. Most of them will even be like, will this guy make it? by road, motorcycle, with that wind,
Yeah.
there's a lot of question that comes with it. Then there are others who are explorers. They have not traveled to South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique, but through my biking, they want to learn what's is in Mozambique, as in explaining how your journey
Yeah.
for the day been. So I think those are the main things. And of course, there are many people who are not riding, but they are watching you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
They
because
want, because there's a fear of the unknown.
exactly.
A lot of our black people, because we were never introduced perfectly to these things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we have a fear. You know, if someone can follow with a bicycle, they wonder if they can follow something that is driving 120 kilometers. If you are following driving 1 kilometer per hour, and you think, oh my God, if I fall. So we have the fear of the unknown. We want it, but we see it very difficult. Like for myself, the first time I just dreamt I will drive a bike. I saw a Honda, the Goldway.
Yeah.
I was young. I think I was 15 years. And some guy came to a funeral with a Honda Goldway, a black man.
Yes.
You know, he was a church guy. He came to a funeral. Since that day, I saw myself in a bike that have sound system, that have bags. You know, I was 15 years, and in my family, we are from a poor family. No one will dream of a bike. When I start to tell them of a bike, they say, you are mad. We don't even have a car here. You're going to... And luckily, there was a guy who was a Xhosa. He was a neighbor of my grandmother.
Yeah.
He had a scooter.
Yeah. Those delivery bike type of
Yes.
motorcycles. Yeah.
I still even remember his name. He was Tate Madode.
Yeah.
You know, he will carry us to take us to town. You know, that feeling, or just take us down the street and back.
Yeah.
And I said, one day I will drive this. But I think with especially our black community, mostly because it is the community that this lifestyle was not introduced to. I think many of them, like I have an uncle, their man will say, Helma, one day, and I say, you have money. You are a manager at the health department. Say, one day.
Yeah. You don't have to wait for one day.
You don't have to wait for one day.
Just do it now.
You should just take me by the hand.
Yeah.
Say, no, this thing's expensive. So what is expensive? You can get a nice, good bike for 50,000. A starter bike.
Yeah.
You know, so I think we are hit by the fear of the unknown. But I think a lot of people want this thing, but they see it very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Okay, I want to add on something. Personally, how I got into biking,
Yeah.
it was during Corona time.
Yeah.
We were bored and seated at home. I've been into gym for 10 years. Going home, gym, 10 years without going anywhere.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm a person who loves exploring. So when I discovered bike, I started seeing documentaries of people abroad, traveling all over the world. Then I said, this could be me. When I bought my first motorcycle, my dad saw it and my family. They started calling me on the same day after I finished training and buying. They said, you know, you don't fear accidents. This thing is bad. It has killed so many people. But the mentality and the attitude that I brought into the biking, it was different. And that's why today you see me riding all over Africa because of the decision that I make on the first place.
Yeah.
So what I can tell people is through biking today, I'm able to sit with Dr911. I'm able to meet you and the bikers in Africa from here, Botswana, Zambia. They are waiting for me. I have guys from Zambia, they are waiting. They're saying, we can't wait. We'll come to the border.
Yeah.
Yes. From Botswana, the same. Some are saying, I'll come from Mozambique and pick you. So you see, this biking has brought all these people together into one plate. So as much as people think about negative things about bikes and everything, look at the culture that it's bringing to everybody. So that's
Absolutely. No, absolutely. So back to you, Dr. 911, right? You recently did, a ride, across the continent. First of all, what motivated you to ride, to different countries that you did?
I don't want to lie, NK. My wife say I'm crazy. We had agreed I'm going to do until Malawi because I did Angola last year.
Because that's what you told me. That's what I knew. This guy just can't go to Malawi and coming back.
And then all of a sudden, wow.
I remember for a year I told you I'm going to Malawi. I said, no,
Yeah.
I will connect you to guys. It will be easy.
Yeah.
Then you told me, Malawi,
Yeah.
it's just 3 days you will be there.
Yeah.
So in my head, when I'm calculating, sitting alone, I was supposed to leave. I think even you were surprised.
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to go to Mozambique, go up. You just heard me say, no,
Yeah.
I'm going to Zambia.
Yeah, sure.
So I just woke up in the morning and told my wife, you know what?
I'm not coming back home.
I'm doing the whole East Africa.
Yeah.
And she was saying, you are mad.
Yeah.
You don't have money. How are you going to do that? It's going to be. She looked at the calculations and said, this is over 200,000.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I did not want to listen to her.
Yeah.
I went on my bike. I left.
I actually met him in Kenya at the border.
There was no
Country.
proper planning.
Oh, yeah.
You just
And I was telling Mustapha that, do you know I traveled 14 countries without a Google map?
I was shocked.
Are you serious?
Honest to God of heaven, if there's a
Pastor told me there's a time, at night he met lions like this.
I traveled 14 countries without a Google map because it's so easy to travel Africa.
Really? So the bike doesn't have a navigation system?
It does have a navigation system.
Yeah.
But when I crossed to Zambia, it lost
Connection.
connection.
Okay.
Because I think it's the navigation system on my GTL is for South African, southern countries.
I get you. So the more further up you go, yeah.
There was a point in Zambia, I lost navigation.
Okay.
And I just told myself,
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah. You
It's
must go
me.
back home now.
It's me and the road.
In my still going.
In my head, I am not going back. I'm going up. And the nice thing,
Yeah.
people like you, I mean, you have made relations, and that is good, NK. Relationship. My uncle used to say, make more friends than enemies.
Sure.
Yeah, my uncle used to say, even if they are not helpful, but just don't be in a bad side with everyone.
I get you.
Do you know you actually helped me to travel the whole Africa because almost everyone I met, unless Mustapha, because Mustapha saw me on Facebook, but the time I responded to him, I was entering into Kenya.
Yeah.
Do you know how I met him?
Tell me.
People understand that Mustapha is the only person that traveled the world because I post. There are many guys who travel like Pastor Sami, Abdi Zayla, many,
100%.
but they don't exposed as much to the
Social
public.
media.
But for me, I'm on top.
You're a frequent.
He was sending me his video when he was in Bulawayo. The road were worst.
Yeah.
Then I looked at the video. He was saying this road, he rode for like over 400 kilometers, potholes, nothing.
Yeah.
Rat road.
Yeah.
So people were telling me, you need to meet doctor. When I went to his profile, I was shocked.
Yeah.
This man has already done trips before, and the way he's documenting his journey,
100%.
when you sit down, it's interesting. And that's how I came to learn about him. Then I started following him. Then my fans were tagging me on his post. They're telling me, Mustapha, make sure you meet doctor.
Yeah.
Even today I came.
It's amazing how they can see,
Yeah.
a correlation between. Yeah, to say, you know what, you guys are doing something very similar.
Yeah.
It would be so wrong for you to come into the country
Yeah.
and not meet someone in that particular country
exactly.
who's more or less your equivalent, you know, who's more or less doing the same thing as. So it means people are definitely watching and they understand.
Now the fans of Doctor and my fans, they are now together.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean Doctor has only fans in Kenya. It's all over the world.
100%.
When he put live, I see people from US, Canada, Europe countries
Commenting.
They are commenting. I'm from Italy. I'm from Bulgaria.
Yeah.
I'm from Egypt. I'm from Morocco.
Beautiful.
So you see all our fans now there. So when we now think of the idea behind, which is now, that is very interesting, and people need to know about the bikers of Africa, it actually go hand in hand with that.
100%. So on your side, Mustapha, right? I think you mentioned that you have just over 2 years riding experience. Only 2 years.
Only. That is, it's not even 1,000 days. 700 days.
Way to put it there.
I didn't see that one.
So 700 days.
No, because look, I think a lot of people, bikers and non-bikers, right? They think that they would have to wait for a certain period
For to mature.
for 100%, right? And obviously you one of those people who've proved it wrong, right?
Exactly.
And then what I want to know is what has feedback and the response, been like?
Yeah, let me tell you now. I want to respond to that. The feedback is because I'm less than 1,000 days into biking. My experience is low.
Yeah.
What they don't know is I do a lot of research.
100%.
And I do as much as possible to contact people, even if it is the other country, through email, through WhatsApp, through Facebook. I ask them so many questions. I go back to their story. Perhaps somebody has done this before. I want to know how they did it. What are the protocols before you travel to another country? What do you need?
Yes.
You see now. So for me, it's about pushing myself beyond my comfort zone. I don't want to say that I'm going to travel to South Africa and ride the whole of Africa after having an experience of 10 years in biking. How will you know you're going to be on this earth after 10 years?
100%.
You're not going to do. So the time that you have, you're supposed to use it faster. So most people thought that I'm going to be finished. In those days, I'll be forgotten, like the way you forgot something and you never remember.
Yeah.
The old programs. But they come to realize that this guy, when you wake up today, he's actually having an idea. He's doing this, he's doing that. So I'm calling my seniors who are in the biking community.
Are you getting support from them?
Yes. I ask them, you know what? I need to do this, help me. If they can't, I go to the next person. So you see the how I'm pushing and I'm pushing myself. Even if I don't get the right help, I still look for more, and that's what had made me reach here. So I just want to tell people that always push yourself. Be open to learn, even if it's the information is not right.
Yeah.
Try to look for more and dig deep.
So
That's how I am.
So would you say that the issue here, it's not really about you riding the distance, right?
Yes.
It's more about protocol from one country to another. You're not worried if you'll be able to ride from Cape to Cairo.
I have no issue.
You don't have issues or concerns about your riding capabilities.
Exactly.
So if you come across a rugged terrain, mud, rocky, whatever, potholes,
Exactly.
you're not worried about
I
it.
have no problem with that.
Okay.
So I don't want to say that I'm prepared to ride in fancy and good roads like the way I'm seeing here in
South Africa.
Yeah.
Sure.
So any terrain,
Yeah.
anywhere, any weather,
Yeah.
Even if it's going and camping in the wild.
Yeah.
Because I've done that. There's so many guys who fear camping in the wild.
Yeah.
Personally, even at home, I take my bike, I go camp in the wild. So that
When
means
you say in
I'm
the
willing.
wild, do you mean wild?
In the wild, where there are wild animals, there are no human beings. The place is actually for wild and not fit for anybody to be there. You can
Like even lions would be there.
Yes, there's a place in Nairobi. It's called man eaters.
What?
Where man eaters, where there were man eaters, lions of lion back in the day when they were building a railway, the 1900, there were many, our forefathers were eaten. Over I think 200 people were eaten. So I went
there was a specific lion.
Specific target. And up to today, those lions are still there because it goes through in their DNA.
Then you go to sleep.
I went there
To sleep.
No, I took photos. I stayed there. I even pull up my gas. I cooked my food. I ate with my camping chair like this, took photos, and I packed everything and I started going. I became like, the video went viral. That video got over 1.2 million views.
Wow.
It exposed me. So what happened is, in biking, you can get exposed in so many ways.
Yeah.
Danger that you are in, but because of you are a biker, you want to explore those dangers. When people look at them, to you, it's nothing. Because that's what you want to.
But how do you protect yourself? You can't tell me that you just go there with your...
Protection is you have to learn the area. Like now, people will tell you if you go to a certain place, there are lions.
Yes.
Okay, yes, there are lions, but what time do lions come? Don't go at night. Don't go early morning. Go when it's hot, because lions
are sleeping.
You know. So those are the things that you pick. And some animals are not even as wild as they are. Unless you are unless they are hungry, provoke them.
Unless they are hungry.
Unless they are hungry. You know. But at the same time, the precautions are there, and you need to. And you need to know how to take them. You can't just go like that. That's why you need to do more research.
100%. Okay. Yes. What I wanted to find out, but it's fine. I wanted to find out if you carry some sort of weapon with you, or a knife, or you know how to fight it. You know, shield and spear.
Okay. There are so many weapons that we carry, and, to protect basically ourselves. You know, even you can also, when you are riding, you can even meet people who want to steal your bikes. Those are also threats that
I get you.
You know, we see. Yeah. So, I mean, not really carrying every time all the weapons, but at least the necessary ones. You should not lack how to shield yourself.
All right. Now let's come back to biking, right?
Yeah.
So Dr911, there was a mention there of, you know, different terrains and challenges. You are riding which bike?
GTL.
A BMW
Angelina.
It's a 1600.
1600.
Angelina.
The mother of Africa.
Angelina.
The queen of the roads. The mother of bikes.
Angelina.
That's debatable, but yeah. So riding a bike like that, I think I saw a couple of photos of yours riding through the rain and the mud and the potholes. What was your experience like? You know, how did the bike handle all of those situations?
I think personally, bike can take any situation, any terrain, but there is a certain bike for everything.
Okay.
Like a GTL, I would not prefer anyone. Like I had to leave Tanzania to Burundi. The road was 300 kilometers muddy.
300 kilometers.
Muddy, not gravel, muddy road.
Red mud.
Not when it's raining.
So slippery. So the bike was slippery all the way.
My brother, I had to take 50 kilometers. And you know, when you drive on the mud, you don't put your foot.
100%. You have to.
Your foot must be down.
You must be ready.
You must be ready at any time. So I put kilometers 0 there. So I tried to go. I have 200 kilometers. 300 kilometers. But I thought it's gonna be muddy here. and it will be gravel. Then I can go.
Yeah.
I met a truck driver 50 kilometers. He asked me, where are you going? I say, Burundi. He said, you are mad. You never regret.
What Baker's going through? Baker's go through hell.
I left the hotel at 8 thinking I want to wake up early in the morning when it's before the sun goes up. So by then it's 12 o'clock. So, but you know, my brain and my heart is, I'm finished no matter what kilos.
Yeah.
So it means I took 8 to 12, almost 4 hours for 50 kilometers.
Oh.
And I did not even see that because my focus was not on time, was on finishing.
The road. Or the focus was on not falling. Yeah.
On not falling. I want to focus. So that guy said, Matt, you won't finish this road, my brother. This is 300 kilos. You know how much is 300?
And you're already deep in by that time.
Then he asked me, you see what time is it? I said, yes, it's 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
He said, do you know what time I started that side?
Yo.
No, I said, no. He said, around 11 last night.
Yo.
Because he said, with the truck, you cannot drive more than 40 kilometers. What about the bike?
Yo.
I hit that guy twice. My ears hit that guy twice. And I was disappointed on myself that if I took 4 hours, it means I'm going to be by town at 5.
Yo.
So I turned back, I went back, and then I got to the hotel. The guys were surprised. Are you not in Burundi? I said, no. I need a longer road. So that experience taught me, you know, as much as a GTL is a nice bike, it's a powerful bike, but you want tar road.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not a bike for
off-road.
No, for off-road. I tried off-road, you know, something. I want to say a stupid guy, but I want to say myself I'm stupid. Because I listen to someone holding magwinya in South Africa, we call magwinya fat cake.
Yes.
Holding 2 magwinya and small chips, trying to direct me while I'm driving more than 100,000 bikes, and I'm listening to that guy directing me. So that guy tells me, he writes for me he showed me on his phone, look man, the road you are taking, it's longer with 100 kilometers. This one is less. And I said, it makes sense with what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
And then I say, no, man, thanks, bruh, thanks.
Yeah.
But he tells me they are lions, but there is a fence.
Yeah.
You know, I remember that voice say you can say hello to the
You
lions.
get free view.
You meet the lion.
Brother, I started the travel road, it was around 5 in the evening. But what with the kilos I saw, I'm going to finish this travel road within 7. NK, I've never seen the travel road in Sumbawanga Road from the border of, but Sumbawanga Road going to Mpanda
Is worst.
That travel road is not called for.
It's something else.
Let me tell you, it is good to do research. This road is telling me, I saw this road before I started biking. Before, I was just seeing documentaries of guys traveling. There's a guy who's called Mark Wallace from US. With a GS like mine.
But
it was exactly the same way. It was red.
But with the GS, that road is doable.
Now let me tell you.
Not with the
touring bike.
This guy had a GS. He was falling down 100 times.
No, let me tell you then, Mustapha. I drove that gravel road is 80 kilometers.
Yeah, it's 80 kilometers.
I put 0 when I started.
Yeah.
It was 5 o'clock. 9 o'clock, I'm still in that road.
At night?
9 at night.
Oh.
And
this is the same muddy road, right?
No, this is another one.
A different one. Okay.
In Banga.
This is
Tanzania.
This is the second one, no, this one was the first one.
Yeah.
That one was the second one.
Yeah.
The muddy road was the second one.
So what's challenging about this particular one? Is it rocky? Is it sandy? Is
It's
it...
rocky and it's potholes.
Oh, I see.
It's rocky and it's potholes and it's a bumpy.
It's a bumpy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 9 o'clock, I'm left with 10 kilos to finish, and then boom, there's a pride of lions
Yes.
in the middle of the gravel road.
What?
He saw lions physically.
The lucky thing, it was a cave. Just when I caved, they are just sitting there. And I think there were around 15 to 20 white lions.
Okay. Yeah. Carry on.
And immediately I stopped. All of them,
Yeah.
they stood up.
Yeah.
And you know, GTLS sound system, and sound system helped with concentration.
Yes.
So I had to switch off my sound system quickly and stand and think. Now I have to think.
So now they're staring at you in the eye.
All of them. And NK.
Like how far away? Like what?
We can
10 meters, 50 meters.
can talk about maybe 20 foot.
Yeah.
Is it 20 meter? 20 steps.
Yeah, 20 meters. Yeah.
20 meter.
Yeah.
They were standing there.
Yeah.
And I must think what to do. And what made me terrified, I won't forget that vision. I saw a lion that is bigger than my bike.
What?
And when I saw that lion with his head, and that one was not looking at me. It was looking, those ones were looking at me. That one was looking opposite direction.
Yeah.
And I just saw that I won't take it.
But then how come you were not warned? But were there cars passing? Did you pass any oncoming cars?
This is where the trick of the matter is.
Yeah.
Firstly, that is a nation. You know, in Tanzania, it's mad. In Tanzania, it's mad and
Yeah.
you just see buffaloes cross the road on the arrows.
So it's true what they say about Africa.
No.
Exactly.
I think when I went back for the second time, I bought the DGA. So I must send you these footages. When just zebras, buffaloes are just crossing the road, and it's
a norm.
It's nothing.
But is this now in the outskirts of the cities?
No, in the middle, NK, in the middle, from here to Bloemfontein.
Yeah.
There is bushes on the side.
Oh.
On the highway, you just see buffaloes cross the road. You must stop. You just see hyenas crossing the road. You know, in a flock. You just see.
Which part of Tanzania?
The whole Tanzania. I saw this thing 4 times.
But they can't be in the city center.
Okay, you just traveling in the nicest road.
Yeah.
Which should be one of the highways.
Yeah.
You just see a board, big board.
Yeah.
Be aware of dangerous wild animals. And you are thinking, what if my petrol finishes?
Yeah. but then if that's the case, right, then it means those animals are somewhat tame.
Never.
They're wild. They're wild.
Still wild.
Just in case.
They must be used to frequent human interaction.
I think because maybe tourism in the park.
Never. Then I see the lions.
Yeah.
Then I decide, no, there's no way. I must do. And remember, I did that gravel road almost 5 hours. I must do another 70 kilometers to go back.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
I tend to go back.
Wait a minute. Is this now after you saw the lions?
I'm deciding. I'm seeing the lions.
Yeah.
And I'm deciding, no.
You're not going
No.
anymore.
And I'm left with 10 kilos.
Yo. Now you must go back 70
I must go 70.
kilometers. Okay.
9.
All right.
Then I'm turning back. Then I think I ride around 30 kilometers going back. And some truck flashed my bike. And then I stopped. He said, What are you doing? The way that guy was, he was on top, and I was rushing going back. I think going back, I was hitting 141. I did not care those potholes in there.
Poor Angelina.
Oh, poor Angelina. So, what are you doing? I said, I saw them. He said, they are hyenas. They are on the middle of the road.
What?
Hyenas are worse than lions.
Yeah.
Then I asked, what? You still asking me? Get out of your bike. Come in the truck. And okay, then I'm leaving my bike there.
10 kilometers out before, yeah.
God is good. Right where he's stopping that guy. I think God is good, but it's bad. 2 of his wheels of the truck, he did not see. Right where he's standing. 2 of his wheels of the truck, they are punched. He has a puncture. So he can't move.
Yo.
God is good, and he's not good for that guy, but he's good for me.
Because now you can go and hide in the truck.
Now I can hide in the truck. So that guy, no, you're backing. Why you make mistakes?
You better.
I'm not backing. Let's me and you have a problem. Let's sort ourselves together.
I wish I could have met that guy.
What?
Now we must call the national park offices
Yeah.
to explain them what is happening. At least the guy can speak Swahili.
Okay.
So we call the guys, God's good, they came. Those guys said, firstly, we need to give you a fine.
A fine.
Yeah. How do you ride in a national park with a motorbike?
Oh, you went into a national park.
How?
With the national.
Okay.
Allowed to move there, but not motorbike.
These are wild adventures.
These cars are allowed to
Wild
move,
adventures.
But not.
no, but not bikes.
But there wasn't any signage to show that. You
But
know
okay, I said to the guy,
Yeah.
there's no sign, number one.
Yeah.
But he showed me 2 signs in the middle, and I saw those signs that are saying, be aware of dangerous wild animals. But it was already 8 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean, that's a sign that.
In the middle
Yeah.
of the road, not before.
Yeah.
But I'm telling him, number 2, I saw people moving here.
So there are people who walk that path.
No, he said, no, they're Maasai. They're not afraid. Maasai are not afraid
Okay.
of the life.
They've got experience.
They are not afraid of
how to
life.
deal. Okay.
I saw small motorbikes. He said, no, those are villagers. Which village are you going to?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Because I said, but I saw houses here, man. So they had to go take me to a guest house, which is the part I loved about Africans.
Yeah.
You know,
Very accommodating.
accommodated. Take me to a guest house, but the worst part is NK, they want man. they will help you.
Yeah.
They want man.
I'll take that back.
No. They will help you, but they want money.
Yeah.
So they took me to a guest house. In the morning, they escorted me with 2 cars. I was in the middle.
Yeah.
I was comfortable. And they had gun guys in the back of their trucks.
Yeah.
So I was comfortable. I managed to move out there. So, in short, there is every bike for every
adventure.
But personally, I still believe, but because from that time, I never took a gravel road. Anytime they say this is a gravel road, I decided I will take a longer road.
Sure.
So instead of doing 600, I will end up doing 1,002.
Sure.
So, but it was fine with me. But the GTL BMW in terms of the tar road.
It's a pleasure.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Because that bike, you just put 160 kilometers per hour in a clean road. You put cruise control. You put your music. You open your windshield.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And there you go.
You sing alone. I was telling my wife that you are the first person that told me the trip that I'm doing, it's a therapeutic. I did not know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You said that and I said, hey, I won't give you points. I will leave you like that, but I'm holding it. That it's a therapeutic tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a tour of anything. It's just therapy. And you feel that when you're driving, you just see kilometers, say 700, and it's a clean road.
Yeah.
And you just singing alone. That's when you feel, oh, that was what NK was saying.
Yeah.
This is called a therapy tool.
Yeah. And then you touched on the experiences of, you were accommodated, but you had to pay, right? I think it might have been different with the biking community as far as, when you ride into a country and then you were received by bikers.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
No, man, I don't want to lie. You connected me to guys in Zambia, which were great, those guys. I arrived there. They booked me an apartment, beautiful apartment, man, with a lounge, with a kitchen, with a bedroom. Filled that apartment at 3 TVs, bathroom, a dining room, bedroom. Amazing. And I tried to buy food. They say, no, you can't buy food. And they don't know me. I tried to buy drinks. They said, no, you can't buy drinks. And they drive me around Zambia, and they fetched me maybe 300 kilometers from the border. Wow. And you also connected me to the guys in...
Who are these guys? I think they mentioned.
I think I won't remember all their names, but I will remember Lucky.
Yeah. Even Lucky has inboxed.
The guy was an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And you connected me to the guys in Uganda. Yeah. Those ones.
Yeah.
Those ones.
Pleasure to be around.
Those ones.
What happened there?
Those ones, those guys, man, they fetched me, they gave me good time. Immediately, we just arriving there, took me to a lunch, and then after that, took me to places. There's mafias.
Yeah.
Biker mafias.
Yeah.
That guy is owning a what you call this, nature things.
A travel agent.
Yes, he's owning a travel agency. So he gave me his whole quanta by myself alone.
Wow.
Said, man, don't be on a bike.
Yeah, relax.
When you are here in Uganda,
and
they took my bike, took it for service.
Wow.
In Uganda.
Wow.
I said, no, it's not yet ready for it. They said, no, man.
Yeah.
Take it for service. And then, hey, man, they take me his combi, move around Uganda. The next thing, he gave me this young boys. The young boys, they know all the corners.
Sure. Wow. So anywhere you wanted to go, there was transport available for you.
And accommodation.
And a guide as well, and accommodation and so on.
3 guys. Yeah. This one knows something, this one knows something, this one knows something. And they just, I don't think in the whole touring, there's a country I enjoyed more than Uganda.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And I think I was more relaxed. I only touched my bike the day I went out of Uganda.
Wow.
The rest of the days, I never touched my bike.
Yeah.
And those guys, they worked. It looked like I'm one of their brothers. That's that. When people want to fight you in a tag team, that was what those guys were doing.
And these are people that are meeting you for the first time.
They were meeting me for the first time, and they want to beat me with
ferocity.
Something.
Yeah.
In Kenya, I received many bikers.
Yeah.
Ugandans, there was an event for Safari Rally. Ugandans came recently.
Yeah.
Before I traveled here like 2 weeks ago. So when they came, Ugandan bikers, I was the one who went and met them. Do you know what they told me? Come to Uganda, my friend.
Yeah.
You will never want to go back. We'll give you the best treatment. So what doctor is saying, I agree with him.
Yeah, and
Ugandan bikers
and country to country. And I should not forget Pastor Sebi.
Yeah.
Because
in Kenya.
No, even if I did not get a chance to meet him.
Yeah.
Because he was sick and he had businesses. And I told him, no, Pastor. Yeah, he was. I told Pastor, no. I'm not a major thing. Being with me and not being with me is not, as long as you have been talking to me. That guy gave me all the directions.
Wow.
Contact me in the morning. No,
Yeah.
please don't take that road. Take this one. You know.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. It is.
What you did.
It is.
I want to tell you, NK, with Bikers of Africa, and most of the guys don't know you. What you're doing, it was like a river pouring into another river, a river pouring into another river. You know, and almost all these guys have not seen you with eyes.
Yeah.
And all of them, I say, hey, your number I was given by NK. Wow, NK. I know him, but we just talk on the phone.
Yeah.
No, you know, he just send us batch, we send us money, but we don't know him. We don't know even if it's a scam or it's those things arrive, man. And we communicate, and I say, no, one day we'll have it. But what I want to say is, it was a pouring after pouring, and you connected me to Pastor Semi.
Yeah.
He was telling me, no, this. We also have traveled that.
Yeah.
Talk to someone. He have done that road. You know, it was peaceful. And Malawi just says.
Yeah. I saw pictures from Malawi. And that was your second last.
It was my second last town.
Sure.
And I only spent 2 days.
Yeah.
But the first day.
And the funny thing is, you left South Africa going to Malawi.
You know, doctor told me, personally, I'm known in Malawi, but I've never been there.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, my initiation of my riding was Malawi.
Yes.
I wanted to do Malawi.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
But NK, I want to say this even to the whole world. What we think about Malawi is not what we see on the news. Malawi is beautiful.
No.
Malawi is clean. The guys in Malawi, they drive beautiful cars. Yeah. The business guys in Malawi, the people in Malawi, they are alive.
It's the same as yours.
Hey guys, hey man, what we think about Malawi, man, we're always thinking Malawi people, maybe I must take some 20 millimil behind my back. It's, no, it happens, but on the outskirts.
Yeah.
But majority, the face of Malawi, it's not like that.
Same as here. I mean, the more, away from the city you go, the more, you know, there's still people who still live below poverty line, so on and so forth. I think it's applicable across various African countries.
Sure.
The only difference would be just the scale. Maybe the population, this, that, and the other, the economy here and there. But I think the major cities are very similar. And I think, at the end of the day, that's what we need to strive towards as Africans, to see how in our various professions and fields and so on, how we can collaborate, to make Africa beautiful. You know what I mean? We do it through motorcycling, but the construction guys can do the same. The guys in banking can do the same and so on. You know what I mean? So, sorry to cut your story short. You were still telling us about your 2 days in Malawi.
You know, the worst part is, and I'm saying this on a podcast. Maybe this guy is gonna say this. These guys told me their names.
The Jenkins and them.
But I don't know one of their names.
Yeah.
I just say Malawi 1, Malawi 2. Do you know when someone have told you the name?
Yeah.
They are communicating with you, but you forgot.
Yeah.
It's said it's not nice to ask, hey, what did you say your name is again? Yeah. But those guys, I don't know, hospitality out of this world. I spent 1 day in a outskirts town.
Yeah.
So I did not meet them.
Yeah.
But already you gave me their contact. I was talking to them.
Yeah.
When I left that town, I don't remember what was the town. It was just too many things. Going to the capital city. What is the capital city of Malawi? Lilongwe. Going to Lilongwe. They fetched me 200 kilometers.
Wow.
On a Thursday. People are busy.
On a Thursday.
And it was raining.
Okay.
I think 20 of those guys, they fetched me, and it was raining, but those guys, they were not listening to that rain. They said, hey, man, wait.
Yeah.
They took me to the guest house, nice guest house. The owner there also was very happy. I'm trying to pay. No, please.
Yeah.
That story.
Wow.
You know why? No, don't come with that story, my brother. Hey, these guys are fighting me. And all of them, the way I was overwhelmed, even me, I was even afraid to ask, hey, my brother, what's your name again?
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm sorry to cut you short. I'm horrible with names also. You know? And I think a lot of people are, but faces.
Yes.
Especially when someone has shown you generosity or you've interacted with them in deep, meaningful conversations. Then, because even at bike rallies and that type of thing, right? You stand next to someone, you start chatting, and then serious talk. I don't forget faces, but names are horrible, you know. So yeah.
Same with me. Thank you for that one. You same with me. You know, I have guys that I grew up with, and someone greet me. Hey, I'm Dr. 911. Hey, you are famous now. You remember me? I say, yeah, man, I remember you, man. You are from my same street. This is my name.
Then you forget, yeah. So what I do in that situation, I would draw experiences to show that, you know what, I remember this is what you did.
Sure.
You did A, B, C, and D. Whether it was 10 years ago, 50, I'll still remember. But the name.
So the guys were wonderful. They took me to the Nyamachoma. They took me to the
Nyamachoma, Chisanyama equivalent.
But it's different from us.
Also.
Yeah, different. They are Nyamachoma. They do a mix of everything. Do everything in one pot.
Okay.
And you just eat.
Okay.
You know, and they love a lot of chicken.
Okay.
So we went there in rain. And then we lived there. They took me to their best clubs. They took me to their mall. You know, they showed me around in one day.
Wow.
The following day, I had to leave. They came again in the morning.
Yeah.
They came to check me. You know, they want to change my money, give me some money. I said, no, I'm fine. No. They want to give me some money. No, go well. Hey, we want to take you to the border. They drive me upon
beautiful experiences.
The brotherhood, man.
Out of this world. So, I think maybe I should ask Mustapha, right? And then you can also respond on the same question. What is needed at this point in time to ensure that, you know, more and more bikers experience, you know, what the two of you have experienced? I think Mustapha has been more on the receiving end of bikers coming into Kenya and so on, right? With him traveling from South Africa back to Kenya, you will also get to experience more and more biking communities, right, throughout the continent. But I think we've had this conversation before to say that, you know, my primary concern is the new guys that come into biking, right? Especially in South Africa, where there's only one element of biking that they've really been, excuse me, exposed to or introduced to, which is just the lifestyle part, the fun part. You know what I mean? But the underlying
issues,
core principles of biking, you know, where you become brotherly, where you become, you know, hospitable, where you become, you know, a true biker, you know. That's what I'm truly and honestly worried about, because it's not only happening here. Like, I mean, I talk to various, you know, biking communities across the continent, and it seems to be a growing trend where people are now starting to judge each other based on how expensive
your bike
is, the riding gear, and that type of thing, right? And for me, we subscribe to this lifestyle based solely on exactly what you've experienced. You know, that's how we were welcomed into biking, right? You would have someone who would just, you know, who you would cross paths with, right? Within the same community, and they would see, no, this is a new guy. And, you know, out of their own, you know, biking spirit, it's not even goodwill. I think it's true biking spirit.
Yeah.
They would almost sort of like adopt you and say, I'm going to show this one the ropes. I want to teach them about biking, the do's and don'ts, and this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? So the challenge with the new age bikers is that there's a huge disconnect
It's true.
between your old school guys and the new guys, right? The old school guys, some of them, they say that, we've tried, to guide the new
Yeah.
guys, but all they'll tell us is all that they would say is my bike, my money, you can't tell me anything, let's say the guy is drunk, they at a, biking event. And I mean, in our days, someone would come and take your key.
Yeah, the bike does not move.
It does not move.
The one that does not drink
Yeah.
will move the bike to a safer place.
100%.
You will get the bike tomorrow.
You know, and 9 times out of 10, that particular rider will become so grateful the following morning
Exactly.
that the key was forcefully
Yes.
taken away from them. You know what I mean? But right now I see, some of the guys that have been there, like the old school guys, it's almost like they've given up that fight to say, these guys are on their own. So our biking, in Africa is very social. It's not as rigid and as strict as it is in other parts of the world, right? And I think maybe it's that social element where the gray area is, where you can't really be strict, as a club, as a biking council, and say you are either in or out. It's like that overseas, no doubt, especially with your MC and 1%er clubs and so on, right? So our challenge is that we've identified our biking lifestyle as a social one.
Exactly.
Right? So people will come there and say, I'm here to socialize. I'm not here to be parented or being come here to be told, do this, don't do that. I came here to de-stress and unwind and don't come here with your rules.
Exactly.
But in order to have anything that is constructive, anything that is progressive, there needs to be guidelines that we need to follow. You know what I mean? So that's our biggest challenge. I'm glad that you shared that experience. I think our responsibility as bikers is to ensure that how do we cultivate, that spirit? How do we protect it? How do we share it? How do we make sure that the guys that come into biking adopt the same, mindset and understanding about biking? Because like I said, most of the old school guys, some of them have even started pulling away from the community and say, this is not what we signed up for. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's just, I think, what I wanted.
I think biking has lost the meaning.
Yeah.
And I think it's individuals that has made biking lose the meaning. And especially, but I still think there's hope now.
Yeah.
Personally.
Absolutely.
I still think there's hope, especially for Rona Africans. Because Rona Africans, we know Ubuntu, we know Ubuntu.
100%.
We know if you are ahead, I might go through the same road and I might be ahead 3 times your way.
100%.
So we know that thing. So this thing of one biker is alone and alone only. With experience, we know that when you get a problem, and you realize that you are alone, it's only when you will see that.
Exactly.
I need
Mustafa. Exactly.
Because
that's when you know.
So
we're alone.
It has lost the moral in a way that we have decided, man, it's my bike, I bought it alone.
Yes,
I can do it. And one of the things that I was telling guys this weekend we're coming from, I say, I think one of the things that has made biking lose moral is biking is made a political. It's coming now. It's looking like it's becoming a political.
Yeah.
This president thinks. Someone when they lose president, they want to move out of the club. Now they want to create another club. Now when you are another club, I'm another club. If you have a problem, I can say, okay, hey, that guy has a problem, but I can't help you because you're not part of us. Even if you are part of us, sometimes I can't help you because you are not my friend, but we are in the same ANC.
Exactly.
But I can't help you, but we are here. So I think this club things also.
Yeah, it messes up.
But before it was good, man.
Yeah.
Like me personally, what I've brought different into biking is the social part. When I started my adventure, because 1 year I was learning, the other year now took my big bike, adventure bike, after 1 year. So I started joining clubs. Then I realized there are some clubs that have rules, and it's very strict. It's called ride and dine. Okay, when you go ride with them, they're high end. They also take me as an high end, not because of like me personally the way I am, because of my bike is expensive. Okay, I fit in the group. Now, what do? Ride and dine. They go and eat in very, very expensive restaurant. Whereby
And if you don't have
those
money,
meals are so expensive.
Yeah.
You know, like you have to pay. So after long run, personally, what I was doing outside, they really like. They were telling me, Mustafa, yes, you are doing this, but in our rules, we don't like. I told them, go to hell. Let me just go my way. So what I did is
not to put you in the mouth. You know how biking was, the one that NK is talking about. If we are going to die, and I know Mustafa have a bike, which is what I'm still doing today. You know, when I know we are going somewhere and I know this guy, he is estranged from work, this one, I can say to some guy, hey man, come and take 2 of my bikes, let's go. To the other ones, I just say, man, keep quiet. Because if you tell them they're gonna want all, take for full tank, you know.
Yeah.
But it's between me and you, take for full tank so that you don't feel embarrassed. So the biking that was before, if we're going to dine, and I know Mustafa have a bike, but it does not have money, I just tell Mustafa, man, it will be you and me. You know, even on the drinks, because biking is a drinking
exactly
distress thing.
Exactly.
You go to a bike event and you see your brother is not fine.
Exactly.
And then you want to talk aside, that one.
Yeah.
You make it a laughing stock.
So now, what I did was, their dining was different. It's only the riders only. They don't allow other guys to come and dine with them. Even if you have the same bike, but you must be in that group. So what I did was I broke from that group what I came up with up to today, which is working for a lot of people, and that had made people realize biking is different, is I make sure biking is about when you are going, let's say you're traveling to Mombasa, I say, okay guys, I'm traveling to Mombasa. When you are on that route, anywhere, please wave at me. If you want me to stop somewhere and greet you and take a photo with you, or you want to take a photo of my bike and ask me any question, you are free to do so. I carry small gift or anything, I go. So you'll find now when you reach, there are people that you've met, take photos with them. There are guys who said, no, come to this town, I'll host you for a lunch. And then someone else say, I'll fuel your bike. So the way I'm interacting with even people who have small bikes, because the mentality is, if you have a big bike, you must be this respected person. You cannot just stop anywhere. And somebody who is having a jacket that is not even good for motorcycle and a broken down motorcycle cannot come and greet you. So what I've brought is, personally, when I'm riding, I'm allowing everybody to come to my life and understand biking is about coming together.
Yeah, I mean, true, but
breaking the class, no class.
Yeah.
It's now socialization.
It doesn't know status, it doesn't know religion.
Whatever you do, put it aside. When you're on that bike is socialization. And that's why people started loving me. If you go to Kenya, I'm the most loved biker. Because with my bike, even if you are anywhere, you inbox me and I'm going that route, I'll stop and call you. Come. Yeah, so we meet. Even if there are many guys, they are called boda boda guys. He has come to Kenya.
Delivery guy.
Yeah.
Type of
Delivery guys now have a chance to know what is GS. BMW. Before, they never knew, because guys were just passing, boop.
Yeah.
But now I've introduced this bike
and
as an inspiration.
It's similar. Ne? This might be, a bit of a far-fetched analogy, right? But I think it's similar to a guy that buys a Ferrari and then drives it into the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ferrari, Lamborghini, so that the people can interact not only or see the car up close and personal,
Yeah.
but they can also interact with the owner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So I think it's very similar to that. You have guys that ride really small bikes, and the guys, with the big bikes, just they don't
Pass.
pay them any attention. So what you do,
And that's why you see those big guys with the big bikes, they don't like such a lifestyle. They want you to be different. They think you are very low when you do that.
I get you.
But they don't understand
Yeah.
the life of socialization with these people on the ground
Yeah.
is actually what is biking. What they are doing is different. It's class. And class not everybody can afford. So why do you sell expensive thing to people?
Yeah.
Sell what is available, what people can afford. And that is what personally I represent. So I don't represent the biking that is expensive to people, the class and everything. I represent the social lifestyle.
Yeah. So that reminds me of, back then when we started riding, there would be guys who would ride 250 cc's, long distance, like when we go to a biking event, a rally or whatever. And you can see that this guy is passionate about riding, about the lifestyle. They can't yet fully afford it. They can only afford a 250cc at the time. You know what I mean? And they were so accommodated, and actually, those who would be riding big bikes at the time would have a sense of appreciation for them, because they know that, to ride a 600 kilometer ride on an adventure bike or on a touring bike, it does, it does take a toll on you, maybe after some time. And then they would immediately think, hey, but what about this guy on a 250cc? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you get to a rally side, there would be that sense of appreciation over, you actually managed to, to pull it off on such a small bike and so on. So that was the mindset, and not what it is today, where you want to disassociate yourself with, but I mean, like I said, I wouldn't say that's the culture right now, but it's slowly but surely going that way. It can still be reversed, with enough conversation and with enough engagement, with other bikers. But it's very interesting where Africa is going as far as motorcycling is concerned. And we have to be really active. Those who've been exposed, those who understand, those who've experienced what the brotherhood that everyone talks about, what it's truly about. You know what I mean? So we have to be out there. We have to be vocal. I think that's the only way. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know you press for time.
Yeah.
I know you press for time. One last thing. I think a summary, right? I think we would have to make another one where we talk about the challenges, at the border gates.
It's a NK. I think that one, it should be a topic on its own.
100%. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I think the problems at the border can disadvantage or make someone to think I will never travel again.
Yeah.
Because that thing, it needs patience at its level best. And NK, I want to say this. I know we are complaining about brothers from out of the country that are staying in South Africa for long and not going back. My brother, if you can see what you go through the borders, I understand why some of them stay 10 years here and not go back. Because I believe some of the brothers that are here in South Africa that are from outside countries, for them to cross the borders to come this side, it should have cost them a lot. I mean, for me alone with my bike, it could cost me easy 7,000 to cross a border.
One border.
One border. Easy. Not far. Just here in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
You will pay.
So you're not actually paying the actual fare to cross a border. You would have to pay other people on the side, or is that what it takes? Is that amount of money?
There is something you meet at the borders. They call it what do they call it? Something like a agent. They call it a border agent.
Yeah.
You just get to the border and you see guys coming like flies to you.
Yeah.
And they say they're called border agent. And you can go inside the border.
Yeah.
And leave the agent because you know the
procedure. Yeah.
No one will help you.
I get you.
Or they will help you, but they will delay you. I was because myself, I don't like people that take chances on me.
Yeah.
So it happened on the border of Tunduma.
Yeah. Which country is that?
That is from Zambia.
Tanzania border.
Tanzania.
Okay.
My brother, can I tell you, I stood 5 hours at the border.
Because you don't want to go through that.
Because I want to do it myself.
Yes.
They will, if they want to frustrate you, they speak in their language.
Yeah.
Now you will see the wrath of the end of that country. Yeah. And they will travel until I cool down. I fetch that guy, say, oh.
You surrendered.
I'm inside the border, fetching someone that is outside the border.
Yeah.
To say, man, okay, come.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't want rents. You pay dollars. My brother, you pay dollars and you pay until you are tired to pay. You know, coming back, I was not even counting anymore.
The amount of money that
I'm not lying. The money I spent, I was not counting anymore. I was just, it's fine.
Yeah.
You want $50, it's fine. You want $100, it's fine. Take it.
Yeah.
You want to pass.
I think there are organizations that are, in the background that are currently trying to make that process a bit smoother. FIM, I know it's one of them. I think maybe as time progresses, we can sit around the table and have, like you said, a whole conversation.
Sure.
About that. My personal experience, it's much easier when you travel as a group. As a group of bikers, when you visit another country. I know Zimbabwe hosted a rally recently, right? I don't know what the experience there was like, but I remember when we went to Mozambique, the hospitality that we experienced there was out of this world. So they had already pre-arranged with officials at the border, that there's going to be a group of bikers coming from South Africa. They're coming to our event. It's good for their tourism. Obviously, we go there, we travel almost the whole country, we do charity work, you name it. And, they, between the border gate and Maputo, where the event was, where we were hosted and stayed, I think it's a distance of about 100 kilometers. We had about one group 3 times going to the border, picking up bikers and then escorting them, into the city. Right. So, in between the communication that was going on, we notified them that, okay, there's going to be an early morning group, there's going to be a mid-morning group, and there's going to be a late, in the afternoon group. Based on those time frames, these guys went straight to the border, and when we got to the border gate, there was a specific queue, a specialized queue for us as bikers to go get our passport stamped. We skipped the long queue. You know what I mean? We went straight there, got our passport stamped, and then they would ride us into the city, and they did that 3 times.
But NK, we know if that happens, there is a chunk of money that is in front. I don't want to lie. On all the countries I went through,
Yeah.
people said, Mozambique, you will never have peace. Can I tell you, I was not stopped by police in Mozambique.
Yeah.
At the border, I found the same guy, the Malawian guys told me, no, we'll call someone there,
Yes.
an official. Just don't talk to him. Just give him passport and that money. I did exactly that. I gave him passport and that money, and 3 minutes, he said, Baba.
Everything was done. It's a problem.
Minutes, he said, bye-bye.
Yeah.
And then do you know, I drove from Malawi to Zimbabwe in 1 day, because in Mozambique alone,
Yeah.
that 1,000 kilos, no one stopped me. No, not a policeman.
Nothing.
And I was driving 160, 180, 160.
The loss.
I had good time on the borders of Mozambique.
Yeah.
I had good time, and but I think money on our African countries is a problem. But the reception, everyone is good, everyone is willing to help, everyone. But as much as they are willing to help, most of them they want something. Majority of them, they will help you without nothing.
Yeah.
They don't even want nothing in return.
Yeah. So I think in closing, we can agree that we will have, a follow-up episode, right? And then we will also touch on some of your experiences, riding cross-border, crossing different borders around the continent. Is there anything that you want to say in closing?
I think
Based on your, let's say, biking in general, and then your experience.
I think my brother, there's still hope, man, in biking. Only if we can change the mentality of how we do biking. This word brotherhood, it should have meaning.
Yeah.
And even the way we collaborate how biking should be. I think the whole system of how we make biking should be different. I was telling guys that, biking should at least be something like society.
Yeah.
If you say I must take out a subscription fee of 300 a month, let me see it coming back to me and helping someone as well. In that way, it makes it bubbly. I was telling the guys that one of the reasons people have made biking an environment of thugs, where someone greedy is going to take from someone that is doing something willingly and happily. And that thing, it kills the whole biking. Me, personally, I believe biking is still real. Biking is for us, and biking is for... I told someone that there's no woman that can live the stress that the bike can take out of a man. Because it's the best stress reliever. And I believe if bikers, individuals, can fix themselves and tell themselves, we will do this thing better, biking will become a better thing, my brother. I believe, and biking should not be class. This one is driving a 500,000 bike. This one is driving a 60,000 bike. This one is driving a 10,000 bike. Should stop.
Yeah.
So that because unfortunately, life is very selfish. You can do that to others, and life hit you hard. And those ones that are down, they say, oh, he was telling us, look at him now, he's with us here. The best remedy is to be neutral and live with anyone in harmony. Don't show others that when you have contractors, or when we get to biking, we must all be children.
Yeah.
Children at creche. You don't know this one, the father is a principal, this one because all of them, they drink soup, they will eat soup, all of them. And that is how biking should be. And it's a wonderful experience, you know. And I don't think there's anything that I would leave. I can leave everything, but not bike.
Yeah.
So
Personally, my experience, I'll say, is that that's what I've brought into biking as Mustapha. I was able to interact with people down there, 150cc, 100cc, the people who doesn't have bike, and the people who like aspiring to have bikes in future. So I've brought a platform to them that I'm not marketing an expensive hobby. I'm marketing as in a hobby that is fun and it's for everybody.
sure.
That's what
No, brilliant. Gentlemen, I so much wish we could have a bit more time, you know, because there's a whole lot of topics, you know, to cover. But we will try and make time. I think, Mustapha, going forward, this little gadget here will allow me to connect,
Anyway,
you know, remotely, and we could do one of those live sessions now and then with other biking communities, you know, around the continent. But thank you for your time. And like I said, we will pick up from where we left off going forward.
sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.